Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today on this video, I want us to focus on the things that have been revealed by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's media briefing on the 6th of July 2025. That explosive, do you remember that explosive media briefing? Yes, that one. After that one, their attention has shifted to so many things. And there was digging that was done by Twitter and TikTok and Facebook investigators of this country. You know that they can find anything. The moment you give them one clue, that one clue can lead to so many things that they can come out with. Anyway, before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are making sure that you don't forget to do a super thanks for the channel. Thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I'm sitting I'm not at home. So while I'm not at home, I'm using natural light. And where I am right now, I'm using the natural light and it's everywhere. Okay. So I'm trying to find a quiet space so I can do the videos. So you will forgive me if things are not working out as they should when it comes to the lightning of the video. Anyway, let's check out the things. There's a lot of things that Ubeki Cele has been accused of, even in the past. Now, I was even surprised to see him coming back as the police minister because there was a time that he was something. I think he was once a commissioner in my policy, and Jiggy Jiggy was suswa for some criminal what. There was something that was said about him that was not right. He was removed. The next thing he emerged as a police minister. That for me was a surprise. But okay, let's check this out. Some of the things. So Mkhwanazi, so far, these are the things that he said about or the connections that he would. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, now we all know that he's a KZN police commissioner from he has made several serious allegations under oath about corruption, interference in police processes, and ties between senior officials and underworld figures. And then Bheki Cele is a former and now now a former police minister, former national police commissioner. He is implicated by Mkhwanazi in alleged financial and communication ties with Matlala. Who's Matlala? Vusumuzi Ket Matlala is a businessman often described in news reports as having underworld connections and being involved in a tender-related allegations. Okay, let's look at the claims and allegations made by Mkhwanazi against these two. Number one, in his testimony, he made these claims and in public statements. Money exchange and communication, details and evidence. According to Mkhwanazi, WhatsApp data from Matlala's phone revealed a close relationship between Cele and Matlala, including money transfers in 2024. Those are the implications. And then deposits, the allegation is deposits via third-party account. Mkhwanazi claims that Cele gave Matlala a bank account, not in Cele's name. Matlala deposited money and then proof of payment was forwarded to Bheki Cele. And then luxury stay in Matlala property. Cele is alleged to have stayed in a luxury luxury suite owned by Matlala shortly before Matlala's company was awarded a large SEPS health services tender. Influence and privilege in law enforcement, that's another allegation. These are serious allegations. Mkhwanazi testified that Matlala had access to privileges like the blue lights on private vehicles, registrations of vehicles via municipal or police mechanisms, and undue influence within agencies. Okay. Another allegation, political interference and task team disbanding. He alleges that a police task team investigating political killings was disbanded under pressure and that arrest warrants in major cases were held back. Efforts to reshape leadership. Cele Mkhwanazi tried to remove or relocate heads in criminal intelligence to protect certain persons. These are the criminal allegations. These are These things are very serious. So let's check developments and institutional responses. A parliamentary ad hoc committee has been established to investigate all of Mkwanazi's allegations. Cele has stated he will only address the alleged ties to Matlala via formal channels, either before the Madlanga Commission or the parliament. That's what he is willing to do. The last I checked, he did not respond to things that were written to him by the Parliament ad hoc committee. I don't know now. And then the Ekukhuleni Metropolis Brigadier Julius Mkwanazi, not the same person as Nhlanhla. Please be aware of that. He's a Mkwanazi, but he's not Nhlanhla Mkwanazi. So, ngokwesibongo, they are related. Has been put on special leave amid allegations that he assisted Matlala with blue light registration, among other favors. There is growing pressure from political parties, civil society, and law enforcement oversight bodies to fully investigate the allegations. So those are the things when it comes to Matlala and when it comes to Bheki Cele. Now, let's check into the key elements of Mkwanazi's testimony because full everything, transparency is needed when it comes to everything based on all the things that have been said. So we will always treat things as allegations, treat allegations as claims until they are legally proven. That's what we can do. For now, we are still dealing with allegations until these people are taken to court and they are found guilty of these situations. Okay. Go 2024, we're dealing with timeline and key events here. 2024, December 2024, there was a seizure of Matlala's phone and download of WhatsApp data. Mkwanazi said that WhatsApp chat from Matlala's phone downloaded by Gauteng Organized Crime Unit and KZN SEP's political killings team showed a close relationship with Cele and money exchanges. January 2025 or early 2025, somewhere there, Cele stays in a luxury suite owned by Matlala. That came out. Report claims that Cele stayed in Matlala's penthouse in Pretoria not long before Matlala's company was awarded a SEP's health services contract approximately to 360 million rand. The 9th of May 2025, Cele called Matlala 10 times before his arrest. 10 times. Phone records surfaced showing Cele made 10 calls to Matlala, which went unanswered just before the contract collapse and Matlala's arrest. Yay, South Africa. On the 6th of July, then Mkwanazi went public doing a press briefing revealing a lot of things that got South Africa into a spin, Kesan. Mkwanazi's first publicly detailed that a KZN SEP's political killings task team had been disbanded, claimed interference and mentioned ties between Matlala and senior officials. This briefing helped spark further institutional responses. Then late July up to August, Madlanga Commission established and preparations were ongoing. The Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption, which is the Madlanga, was set up so that it can probe the Mkwanazi's claims. And then in early September 2025, delays and rescheduling of the hearings. The commission was scheduled to begin but got pushed back from 1st September to 17 September due to ICT and logistical issues. And then 17 to 19 September 2025, Mkwanazi testified at the Madlanga Commission. He became the first witness. He presented evidence including WhatsApp chats, money exchange, alleged efforts by Matlala to influence SEP's leadership, and interference in disciplinary processes. In October, currently the month that we are in, notices issued to implicated individuals. The commission issued formal Rule 3 notices to business people, MPs, senior police officers, including those names in Mkwanazi's testimony. Also here in October, then the Parliamentary Ad hoc Committee activity and contention, a parliamentary committee was formed to investigate Mkwanazi's allegations Cele was included as a witness, but scheduled procedure and the use of statements from the commission became points of dispute, if you guys remember. Okay. Okay, so quickly, highlights from Mkhwanazi's testimony and allegations. Number one, WhatsApp communication evidence. Mkhwana said that WhatsApp messages, those WhatsApp messages from Matlala's phone starting December 2024 showed a sustained communication line with Cele and financial transactions. He claimed Matlala even boasted, "My person is going to be a national commissioner now," implying efforts to insert a proxy into SEP's leadership. And number two, money exchange and account trickery. He alleges Cele sent Matlala a bank account not in Cele's name. Matlala deposited fund and proof was sent back to Cele, who acknowledged the receipt. More than 18 criminal cases against Matlala across Gauteng, Mkhwanazi claims, were withdrawn while Cele was a minister. Hi guys, kuningi. Interference, that's number three, in disciplinary or internal SEPS matters. Cele reportedly intervened to shield a senior official, Feroz Khan, in a disciplinary case, calling internally to halt action. Mkhwanazi claimed this was improper interference. He also said that the political killings task team in KZN, which had made progress, including acquiring arrest warrants, was disbanded under political pressure. He implicated top SEPS officials like Senzo Mchunu, Shadrack Sibiya in efforts to stifle investigation and protect the syndicate's interest. Number four, broad network and institutional interference. Mkhwanazi went beyond Cele and Matlala, naming MPs e.g. Fidel Adams, Diane Kotle Barnard, who allegedly leaked or mishandled crime intelligence. He claimed Matlala had multiple fronts with business people, e.g. Brown Mokgotsi, Suleiman Karim, to influence or manipulate political or police decisions. The commission had issued notices to many persons Mkhwanazi implicated. Number five, which is the last, dispute over procedure and admissibility. That was happening during the ad hoc committee. So those are the things that Cele could be facing when it comes to this Madlanga Commission findings and the ad hoc committee findings. But we are yet to see Izawambi Pelelepi yonke lento. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? But all I'm saying is that this is not the first time Cele's name has been doing the rounds on the media because of some allegations of wrongdoing. I want to see your progress. I want to see, your comments. Let's talk. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.